In this video, we'll be looking at how to get your printers back and working when you return to school. After the summer break, you'll come back, you'll notice your computer looks different. It's Windows 7 now, so that means we had to totally wipe your computer, reinstall everything, so your printers have been reinstalled. So that means that two things have happened. One is the printer that you want to use the most is probably not set as your default printer. It might be, but there's a good chance that it's not. And then also, if you have to use a copy code to run copies on your copier, then you also need to re-put that copy code in under your printer settings. So let's take a look at how to do that. Click right down here on the Start menu, and then we're looking for Devices and Printers. And you'll see it right there, Devices and Printers. If for some reason you don't see it there, that's not a big deal. In Windows 7, pretty much anything that you want to, you can access from this little search menu. So if I just type Printers, you'll notice Devices and Printers pops up here at the top of my search. So go to Devices and Printers. Okay, in this case, you'll see I've got some printers that have already installed, which should be the case. When you log in, your printer that you're supposed to be using or your copier should automatically install. If for some reason it doesn't, let us know. We'll get that fixed. But you'll notice that right here, this Microsoft XPS document writer has a green check. So that means that's our default printer, and that's not what we want. That doesn't really print things on paper. It just saves a copy on the computer. We want to use a real printer that really uses paper. So just pick the one you want, the one that you use the most, right-click on it, and say Set as Default Printer. You'll notice that green check mark moves over, so that's my default. Whenever I go to print something, like an email or a Word document or whatever, that will be the printer that automatically comes up. Okay, next thing we need to do is we need to set our copier code in, because this is actually a copier, and it requires a copier code in order for it to print. So right-click on it. Go to Printing Preferences, right here. Just click on that. Under Job Handling, you'll see there's a spot for User Number. So click that little checkbox, put in your copier code, and say Apply. It saves that. You don't have to do that anymore. Just have to do it this one time. It'll save that in there, and then anytime you go to print something, it will, of course, take some of those copies off of your copy total. But that's how you do it. After that, you should be good to go.